Fred, do it.
Hey guys, we're going to break the rules today. I am going to introduce everybody. And not only that, I'm going to give away some top secrets that I should not do. But we have Tessa, and we have Alejandra.
Hey guys.
They run everything social about IdeaPros, about Official Fred Carey, about Mentor and Muse. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we use social media here to really supplement what we are as a brand and how it's important to be able to have a dialogue with your audience, because your audience is all over the world nowadays. And the only way that they really know about you as well as your product is really by you having this well laid out, multi-layered plan on how you present yourself, your product, and these two ladies are going to tell you all about it. I'm going to go relax.
Started.
Right. Well, Alejandra, so exciting to have you here with me. I just want to say, when you guys pop into the live, go ahead and hashtag live or hashtag replay so we know that you're here. Alejandra actually does the lives with Fred on Wednesday on Instagram over on Official Fred Carey. Plus, she has her own channel, which is so cool. But her specialty really lies in that Instagram realm. And I'm definitely, obviously, you guys see me here on Facebook all the time. So my realm is definitely Facebook, but we're going to go through and show you guys some pre-launch social media secrets. We're also, like Fred said, we're going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of things that we do inside IdeaPros as well. And as you pop on, let us know what your favorite social media channel is. I'm just curious what we have. Obviously, you guys are watching us on Facebook and YouTube at the moment, but if you have a preference for one, I like to just know where everyone prefers to hang out. So, Alejandra, we're going to go through these social media secrets.
Yes. And what a great topic.
Yes. And I literally appreciate Alejandra so much because she's willing to pop on and help us with these lives and wherever she is. So one of the big things you have to get used to is being in front of a camera for social media, but you don't have to. You don't have to be in front of a camera. You can actually have your brand take center stage. But we're going to talk pre-launch social media secrets. So one of the first things that you need to do with when you're getting ready, your product or app is not close enough to where you want to start talking about it, you can start staking your territory. So reserve your social media channels right away. As soon as you get your name solid, if you've gone through the trademarking, so you know that your name, you're going to be able to trademark that. You want to start staking your territory. So grab those social media channels. And as a rule, generally speaking, you want to get the same channel across all of the social platforms, if at all possible, because no one wants to have to say, go here for Instagram, go here for Facebook, go over here for Pinterest. So try to get them all the same across the board. And I have one of my biggest secrets to share with you guys.
This is amazing. This is great.
We're going to share my screen and we're going to show you. We're going to have Alejandra simulate a search. So Alejandra, this is namecheck.com. It's in 2 languages. So make sure if you go to just namecheck.com, click on the little English at the top. And what I highly recommend is doing this when you are ready to make a decision. So don't start the search too early. I know that I might be just a conspiracy theorist, but I swear the internet knows everything. So why wouldn't they know what we're searching for, right? So
that's true.
Very strategic. I only go do these searches when I'm ready to really commit to starting those accounts and getting the domain name. And you could go an extra level and do it in an incognito window if you really, really want to. Like the plane prices of flights that go up the minute that you search for it, and all of a sudden it's like $100 more. So like I said, be ready. We're going to do a search right here for, what do you want to search for, Alejandra?
Diving into self-growth. How about that?
Yes, diving into, and I think I already started this because I was like, I want to make sure it's not terribly off, and I spelled it right. Make sure you spell it right. That's always important. But this tool, namecheck.com, when you do a search on Google or GoDaddy, you're searching for a domain name, it's only going to tell you what domain name is available. It's not going to tell you everything else that you need to know. So cool. Hey, Alejandra, your business name is available. So you have the .com, diving into selfgrowth.com. Yay. But as you scroll down, there's other extensions. If you're really having trouble, it can show you different ones. I personally always go for .com because people unconsciously type it. So if your competition has .org and .net, you don't want to, and .com for that matter. If you go with something else, you're more likely giving business to your competitors. So be aware of that. But as we go down here, social media usernames right here, you can save yourself a ton of time. I don't even know how much time is involved in going and looking for these over on each platform, but you might be able to tweak your name so that your domain name and your social media channel match by doing this type of search ahead of time. Now there's buttons over here for register. This is, I would say just go to the platforms and do the registration. You don't need to click on the registration from here. Just go to your Facebook channel, start a new Facebook page, go to Twitter, start a new Twitter page, and so on. But as we can see here, Alejandra, you are unfortunately not going to be able to get Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram.
Wow, which saves me a lot of time only by seeing this, So it's great because I have time to look at another name and all this stuff. Love this. Great. So next name, right?
Yeah, and if you don't need the domain name, that's okay. You're still searching for the social media name. So yeah, save yourself tons of time. Huge secret. Love this. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. And we're going to go through a couple other things together. So that's staking your territory. Get your social media channels. Now, if you're pre-launch and you don't have your logo done, you don't have any images of the app or product, it's okay. You can actually just hold the name. You don't have to put anything on it. So I know we ask our partners very early on in the phase to go ahead and secure those. Just leave it blank. It's okay. No one's going to see it. No one's going to find you unless you really try hard to find.
Exactly. That is absolutely true, Tessa.
Right. So you've got your domain name, you've got your social media channels. Now we're going to get to know our audience, and this is where Alejandra is really going to help us kind of explore this topic and in dialing in our brand. But let's get to know your audience. So who is your audience? And you can just write the pieces of information down. If you are a partner of ours, we have lots of forms and spreadsheets that you can pop this data into. But who is your target audience? Where do they hang out? What pain points are you solving for them? And
what they like.
Yes, what they like.
Interest is essential as well.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're well, let's use your topic, for example.
So for self-development. Self-development, I feel like it's basically almost every single age now, right? When I go to my insights, I see people from 15 to 20, also 65 plus. So I feel like it's a topic that opens up, it's just a big variety of people. But let's talk about, for example, cars. I feel it will have a specific audience, a specific kind of ages probably as well, where we're talking about, it really depends, and actually the audience that you're talking about and the age.
Yes. So, and each channel, if you think about it.
Yes. Also, not every single company is going to go to specific social media. You're not going to be all in Instagram or Facebook. Probably some of you guys are going to be, depending on your age, on LinkedIn is probably your platform, or TikTok.
I think she called us old friends. No, just kidding. No, it's true. It's true.
Who you're trying to target as an audience. So it's not always going to be either Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. It varies. It
does. And you do. It will depend on your business. If you're business to business, absolutely, you're going to go to LinkedIn. That's more LinkedIn or Twitter. They're both going to be where your business people are hanging out. If you're B2C or business to consumer, you're looking at maybe Facebook or Instagram. Now, Instagram, there's a lot to be said about all these platforms. You can be on them. When I say stake your territory, I mean get every single one of them. Even if you're not going to be on it, that's more like holding your spot. You don't want your competitor to come take that from you. So you don't have to be active on a platform to just hold it. So,
that's a really good point, Tessa.
Yes, yes. And so we're going to go a little bit deeper now. So let's say Alejandra was doing dive into self-development was the topic that we were just looking at. So now she knows where her target audience is. She has a ballpark idea of who that target audience, like the age range and what platform they might be on, but she maybe doesn't know exactly what the problem is that they're experiencing, because we all think, especially when we create an app or a product, we think that we know everything. And we think that we are the target audience, but it's not us. It's who's going to buy it. You personally are going to buy your product. Of course, you're going to buy it. You made it, right? so if you really have to get in the head of the audience and understand what is it that exactly they are experiencing. What is it that they are searching for to solve their problem now?
Yes.
So we're going to actually go check out some things that you can do early to look at what your target audience is needing. So we've got a tool here. I'm going to put up on this.
How you have a bunch of tools. That's essential, and that's a plus, guys. Really, it saves a lot of time. So I love this.
Absolutely. So we're going to go into this tool, which is, this one's fun. We've talked about it before. This is Answer the Public. This is, it's a platform that tells you what people are searching for. Now, you can go and look at keywords everywhere or Google searches. You can see how many people are looking for things. This one is targeted specifically at what questions are people asking. So let's go ahead and do self-development. And it's all one word, do you think, or 2 words that you would look up?
2 words.
So yeah. Let's separate those 2.
Yeah.
Development. Okay, so I'm going to do a search. This is if you do too many searches, it's going to say, hey, you have to upgrade to Pro, and Pro is not cheap. So I just look every once in a while. I just space it out. But isn't that amazing? This, and
wow.
You guys cannot even see. So we're going to zoom in a tiny bit so you guys can see. No, not out. Let's zoom in. We're going to zoom in so you can see some of these questions that is being picked up. How self-development improves communication. How self-development is possible. So these are all how questions. You've got where, can, will, which, are, all of the versions. And then you keep going down and it looks at more in-depth, like with or near or can. These are all different variations of the questions. Self-development for leaders. So if you are trying to come up with pre-launch content for your social media, just go here and start answering questions for people and look up, who is writing about these topics. So that could be some of the influencers that you connect with.
So a way to create content and answer all of these questions.
Right. You could spend days just answering questions about self-development versus personal development. Like, you're like, which one's which? Super fun. Or ask questions on social media about these. You're not revealing anything about your product or your app or what you're going to be doing. You're just figuring out what people want and then making content around it.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. So now Alejandra has some topics that she can write about. So she has some idea of what people need. She knows what her target audience is looking for. So we're going to go into the next tip, which is to really dial in your brand and what your story is. So, and you guys let us know in the chat if this is all making sense. Give us some thumbs up if you feel like this is helping. We'll send all of the links to you guys too, so you can have these links. So Alejandra, if we're going to dial in our brand, that's a lot of what you've been doing with IdeaPros. You've done it with your own channel. What is involved with that?
Guys, it's not only about what you're trying to sell, what your product is, but also who you are, what is behind that brand. And this is something key, really, really key. Think about it. In Fred's, you go to Fred's Instagram, and yeah, you will see a lot of responsibility topics and entrepreneurship and all this amazing stuff. But you can also learn a lot about Fred, how he thinks, what he does. So people love that. People really, really love that, to get to know you, to get to know how you think. What is behind this? What is behind IdeaPros? Who's Fred? How does Fred think? So I'm just giving an example here, but it's really essential that from day one, you get to know people, not only what your idea is and your product is, but what's behind that. So you can do some behind the scenes, some content around that, some pictures from the team. I don't know, just get creative, but get to know yourself.
Yeah, and even if you're not posting these yet, get them, because this is early content that you
Yes.
could use later. So I love your idea behind the scenes. Capture the journey, because a lot of you are going on this entrepreneurial journey and it's wild, and there's a lot. Like, I feel like that you could probably have a drama like TV show on just what is involved in getting your business started. And it would be hilarious, because there's all these ups and downs, and there's tears and there's happiness and all of that goes into it. But capture your story, your journey, and then really
your vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So sorry, I cut you off on that. Can you say that again?
I said share your vision. It's really important to also share your vision. Yeah,
absolutely. What's important to you? What is it that what's your story, your why? Why are you doing this? Fred always talks about a purpose-driven entrepreneur and becoming that, and how to use that and create that story around it. So think early on what it is that you want. How are you giving back, and how can you build that into your story? And also, don't lose sight of you. This is a product and an app, but you are a person. And a lot of people ask me, they say, well, I have a business page for social media and I have my personal, and I don't want the two to blend. I honestly don't know how anyone can have a business and not have the two blend. I am 100% business owner, even if I am working for other people. Like, there is no separation. It is me. We're intertwined. Yes. And so Alejandra, from a personal side, you were building your channel up way before you obviously met Fred and everything. So was that kind of where you started? Was your backstory and your behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I started my Instagram in 2013 as a basic Instagram, just sharing my life, food, where I went to, normal. But then I had this this social media breakdown. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of doing social media without a purpose. So I decided to live social media for 1 year, completely reset myself. And then I told myself the next time I go back to social media, I'm going to start sharing with a purpose. And every post that I'm going to start sharing is going to have something about self-development. And since then, my page is transforming into this self-development page. I'm starting to give tips, mental health. I talk about a bunch of different cool stuff. So yeah, you can go check me out if you want. It's growing slowly but truly, but I stay true. I show who I am as a person, how I think, my thoughts, my vision. I want to help people as well. And yeah,
I love that.
I'm doing it.
I love that. And I'm actually going to switch things around, because we had a plan, and I'm going to put growing organically up right now. As far as, so
essential, guys. Yeah, I know it's easier to just go ahead and buy followers and likes. But honestly, when you just grow organically, you have your true followers, the people that actually are following you because they love you, they love what you do. And that will be actually reflected at the end with the amount of likes, with the amount of engagement, comments. So slowly but truly, but it will pay off. So
definitely. And that's connecting with you as a person and your vision and your why. So you can do posts about these things without revealing anything about your business. This is your backstory, your why. You're making friends, which is the next one we're going to do. But growing organically is about being consistent and being you. And people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And that's what you're building. You're building your core of who you are. So if we think about the official Fred Carey page, which is such a different audience. I don't know if you guys have seen the growth of Fred over time, but we have this business side of Fred, this really strong entrepreneurial side with tons of advice on how to get your business going. But he has this purpose and this drive to help everyone. And and maybe you could explain a little bit about the official Fred Carey page and what we're doing over there.
Oh yeah, guys, it's an amazing page. You have to go check it out, because not only Fred shares all the entrepreneurship responsibility tips that every business needs, but as well, he shares great stuff on self-development tips. He talks about every single tip that might help you in a personal level. Right now, we're also building this TikTok page. Great. We get even deeper into showing who Fred really is, how he thinks, his daily life. So it's pretty good. And also the more IdeaPros actual page will be the Facebook one, right? Which you can which we're on it right now, right? Clearly.
Yeah. But that's a lot about what the target audience is over there. So we know that this is where people are going to, more from the business side. They're growing their businesses themselves and often are in the Facebook realm. Over on the Instagram side, we are going to be moving our videos for the lives that we're doing for Facebook will be going over into IGTV for Instagram. And so we'll have, podcasts. We're launching a whole bunch of things to go multiple platforms. But for you guys that are just beginning, just think of it as being consistent, be you. At any given point, when you post social media out, only 4% are going to see it at any given time. And it's less on some of the other platforms. So just know that you're going to have to be committed, do this once a day. Even if you just pick out 5 or 3 days or whatever you're going to do, just post something that's just bonding you to your audience and helping you to find the people that you like. It's the algorithms on social media. They're going to show you to people who have similar interests. So what can you bond with your audience on? What kinds of things can you write about? So I write about marketing tips. The people that resonate with me because I'm in marketing, that's who they want marketing tips. They want secrets on social media. So I can write about that all day long, or any of the topics that have to do with marketing a business. So think about what you can do. I will say I have to give a huge shout out to one of our partners, 2 of our partners actually. One partner has written, I think, it's definitely over 150, but it might be towards the 180 articles at this moment. Hasn't even launched, doesn't even have social media going, but is preemptively writing articles, just like what we showed you with that search for what questions people are asking. They wrote them already. So they are so set. Once you have one good chunk, I call this it's a content potato. Okay, if you have a content potato, you can make content fries. You can turn that one content piece into many, many pieces. You can have infographics and slideshares over on LinkedIn, and you can have an Instagram, reel, which we didn't even talk about the reels yet.
So that's a whole other big topic. Right.
We're gonna rewind just for 1 second and talk about reels, which are a very cool thing over on Instagram, before we let you guys go today. So reels. So tell us about reels.
So guys, once you're actually posting content and Instagram and everything, if you want to capture people really, really fast, there's this new thing on Instagram called Reels, where you can just post literally 30-second videos and just show a lot in 30 seconds. So you have to get creative. You can show about your product, you can show who you are, you can do cool challenges, you can do anything in 30 seconds. So it's pretty cool because you get even more engagement by doing TikToks. Even more people can see you that is not following you. Check it out. It's trending right now. It's on TikTok and on Instagram.
Yeah. So, and they stay. So the unique thing is that like a story is a 24-hour, it goes right after 24 hours, unless you save it to highlights. So a reel is different. It actually stays, and you can post a reel over to your feed. Is that right? Okay.
Stays in your feed. That's the cool thing.
Stays in your feed.
Everyone can like it, comment it, share it. It's great.
Well, here, if you think about it, like everyone wants things in smaller time frames, right? We're looking at like how fast can we do every single thing that we ever do, right? We don't want a whole long show. So if you were doing content like this or a blog content piece, you can actually make just like the teaser. Make a 30-second teaser about what you're doing and then send them over. So our reels, can they link to something from a reel? I don't think they can. Not like a highlight.
Not like a highlight. No, okay. I don't think so. Yeah, I'll have to do a feature, but I don't think so.
So many good things. And we have
the whole world. It's pretty cool.
Yes. And Alejandra, somebody was asking about your page name. So if you don't mind going in and putting your page name in there after, I put Official Fred Carey, which is the Instagram page. We'll get Alejandra's in there too. Yeah, and guys,
I'll share it.
Yeah, go for it. Or if you think I can spell it, I don't know. I'm afraid because she's got your first and last name.
Just like that.
Got it. We'll put it in. Actually, Leticia, who's on here, she's my assistant. She can go grab it. Hey, Leticia, can you go grab the page? And Leticia is working in the background, and she helps us with the Facebook posts and everything. So I just want to give a shout out. This is the team that's with Fred on a daily basis. So thank you, Alejandra, for obviously creating a ton of content with Fred for Official Fred Carey. And then, you know, really, if this is experience that you guys are going to be able to tap into, we're going to have Alejandra on for another show. We're going to do a part 2 for social media because, you know, we've talked about pre-launch and what you can do before, but we're going to have a post-launch version of social media tips and secrets for you as well. And that can come down to how you pre-plan your content, being able to batch what social media platforms to post with. And we have exciting things coming down the line, even just with that. We have some new apps that might be able to help you with that. And also, you know, what to do to manage that workload. So all that's coming soon, part 2 for social media post-launch. And for now, I'm going to let you, Alejandra, get back to doing your social media with Fred. And thank you so much for being a guest on here with us. We really appreciate you.
Yes, Tessa, thank you so much for having me.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm going to, yes, we'll see more of Alejandra, of course. Thank you. And then I'm going to go over and chat with a couple people. Actually, let us know while we have Alejandra, we have a couple minutes. If there's any questions that you think we need to answer from a social media standpoint, we may not be able to take them now, but you can put them in the chat. And then if you felt like this was an excellent show, tell us that you got some thumbs up, you got some good ideas from it. And so Stephanie Ray, yes, of course, heading over to NameCheck for sure. Check that out. It's amazing.
That's a great tool. I love it.
It is. It's definitely. Oh, and we got Alejandra's page. Does that look right?
It looks amazing. Yeah.
Okay, yay. Thank you. Thank you. Barry Clark says this was great information and the great broadcast. Thank you. Yes, thank you. We appreciate it. We love what we do. Obviously, you can definitely tell that we live this space all the time. So thank you, Sean. And if you guys do have, if you're pre-social media channel and you want to share it with us, go ahead and put it in the chat. We love giving you guys a little shout out too. I know we have, where'd they go? I'm trying to get back to it. So we have Bill over at High Rise Sports Chair. I know you have a social media channel, so you guys can follow Bill over at High Rise Sports Chair. We have great links in the chat for you guys, so you can go over and give some support, give some love. And if you find something that you really resonate with, then maybe we can create some connections. And we didn't even talk, oh my gosh, we didn't talk about influencers.
There's so much to talk about.
I know, I feel like we just had so many. Okay, so I'm gonna do a mini, we're gonna go back to influencers for one quick second, because that's really important. That's making friends. So if you are making friends in your social media, you want to research. We call it social connecting and researching. We did a whole show about it. So you guys can go back to this, but you want to go find your influencers, but not just blam them with like, hey, can you promote my product? It's very cliquey. So you don't want to just reach out to someone like that. You want to build a relationship first. Start doing that slowly. And you can do that with our C method. Again, we have a show about this, and hopefully Leticia can put this
I don't know what happened. Tess, are you there? Or I'm not sure if I'm frozen or you're frozen.
Oh, good. Now we're back.
Oh, you're there.
I love that. I like poor Alejandra. She's like, what's going on? I think that would be our internet telling us that it's time for us to, between both of us, we've had a challenge. So no, what I was saying is on the influencer side, definitely want to make sure you guys do it slowly and steadily with influencers. We have that show that goes over social media, basically how to reach out to them and softly introduce yourself to them, show them that you know, like, and trust them, give them, likes, comments, and shares. And then eventually you'll break into a conversation about influence, about having them promote your product or your app. So definitely more will be in our post-launch show on that for sure. All right. Thank you so much.
Excited for that one as well.
Thank you so much for being on with us. We'll see you next time. And guys, we're here every noon on every Friday, noon Pacific time. So make sure you click the bell after to get notifications when we go live. There's also a link in our chat for questions and to get texts so you can join us live. We just text the show right to you before we go live. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.